Hey there, and welcome to Careers Unchecked, the podcast where we stop checking boxes and start making moves. This is for barrier breakers, career builders, and anyone who's ready to build a career that actually feels like theirs. I'm Brandy Oldham, career coach, interior designer, and year-round iced coffee drinker. Around here, we keep it real. From navigating career pivots to figuring out how to stay balanced when your to-do list feels like it's just never ending. Whether you're chasing that next promotion, thinking about switching things up, or just trying to figure out what's next, you're in the right place. My goal? To help you trust yourself, take action that feels good, and build a career that's sustainable, not stressful. So grab your drink of choice, settle in, and let's get to it. All right, let's talk about those moments when your carefully planned career path completely blows up. Whether it's a layoff, a health crisis, or just waking up one day and realizing, I'm burned out. Those now what moments are disorienting. And if you're sitting in that space right now, I just want you to know you're not broken. You're in transition. And today's episode will help you create that roadmap forward. So let's start with an emotional reality check, if you will. Because before you update your resume or plot your next move, you've got to let yourself feel this moment. It's an ending. And every ending deserves to be grieved, even if you chose the change, even if it's for the best. Let's talk about one of my biggest curveballs. One I'm honestly a little bit embarrassed to share, but boy, will it make me human. Okay, early in my career, I had my sights set on HR. That was the dream. I landed an interview, crushed it, and I left thinking, this is it. I did it. I had been working over 5 years at this point and was just so ready to take this on. And my manager even gave me some behind the scenes tips and told me, Brandy, you did great. It's basically yours. I went home elated. The next morning I walked into work and I will never forget the look on his face. He had tears in his eyes and he said they went a different direction. And here's the thing. This is not a man who cries over anything. And yes, I later found out it was nepotism because of course it was. Anyway, I was absolutely devastated. I actually left work early that day, went home, and I ate tacos in the bath with a bottle of wine. Like, there was no glass. This was straight from the bottle, sitting in a bubble bath, eating tacos, and just sobbing my eyes out. I felt like my career path had collapsed. Let me tell you, it was not my finest moment, definitely not cute, and my now husband can definitely attest to all of this because he was the one who brought me the tacos. Turns out wine by itself isn't great. But even though this was a really raw moment, this is a real moment I like to share with my clients. I want them to know that I'm human just like they are. That rejection led me to apply for a recruiting manager role, something I, to be honest with you, did not want. But that sidestep, it's the reason I have this business today. Which brings me to the second truth. There's opportunity in crisis. It won't feel like it in the moment. I'll be first to tell you that. But constraints, limits, setbacks, closed doors, whatever you want to call them, can actually spark clarity and creativity. They force you to reassess, to ask what else could this situation look like? I actually had a client who was laid off after 20 years at the same company. She came to me in full panic mode. She didn't even have a resume because she'd never needed one. And 20 years ago, the hiring market looked so different. She didn't know where to start. So we did a skills audit. We pulled out the transferable strengths that had been buried in a job description for a decade. While the layoff felt like a loss, at first, it actually turned out to be her launch pad. She realized exactly what she enjoyed doing and was able to pursue a career that focused on that, on the parts that actually lit her up, not the laundry list of things she was being tasked to do because she'd been there for so long. So let's talk strategy, because after the grief and the reflection, you gotta come up with a plan. So first, I need you to separate short-term survival from long-term vision. Maybe you need a bridge job right now. That's okay. You gotta pay your bills. Let the bridge be the bridge. You don't have to list it on your resume if you don't want to. Then I want you to create multiple option B scenarios. What are a few possible paths forward? Not just one. And finally, if you can, build a financial runway. Even a little cushion can help you make clearer decisions instead of panic-induced ones. One client of mine thought she had to jump into the next role immediately after being laid off. But after mapping out a few what-if paths and realizing she had 12 months of expenses saved with her severance package, she went on vacation and then gave herself permission to wait for the right fit. And when it came, She was 100% ready and jumped in so excited. And that last step that you need to do when you're in this place is you have to learn how to tell your new story. Because curveballs will make us feel defensive, let's say. Like we have to justify the gap or explain the pivot or explain our way out of this. But here's the thing, you're allowed to evolve. And when you learn to speak about your changes with clarity and confidence, people listen. You don't need to share everything, just the truth and the parts that matter to your new path. Try this. Instead of saying, I left because my boss was a nightmare, you say, I realized I needed a role that aligned with my values and communication style. Instead of, I burned out, try, I took some time to realign my work with what matters most, and now I'm clear on how I want to grow. Your story is yours. Own it. Life is going to throw curveballs your way. Life throws it at everyone. The difference is in how you respond. Your career path does not need to be perfect or straight. And sometimes, hopefully not, you're going to have a taco in the bathtub moment. Maybe it's going to be the beginning of something better than you imagined. Just know that if you have not been eating tacos, drinking wine straight from the bottle in a bathtub, you're probably doing all right. And if you have been in that moment, feel free and reach out. We can bond. Thanks for joining me today on Careers Unchecked. If you've got a career question or just need someone to bounce an idea off of, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take a breath, take a step, and keep moving forward. You've got this.